Hello, my good people. How are you doing? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Depending from wherever you're watching from, I greet you all. Welcome back to my today's video. My name is Kamanja_KE and this is my channel. A very big thank you to my good supporters, my good followers, all the way from the four corners of the world. Asia, India, Europe, UAE, the US, Latin America. I say a very big thank you. I thank you a million times. Yes, and for my new guys in the house, welcome, feel at home. This is where you are supposed to be. A channel where positivity is always talked about. Positivity actually runs in our DNAs. That is me. Welcome. Watch your space. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to comment. Show me your love by subscribing, guys. Remember, it's my road to 1,000 subscribers, and God is going to bless you. Welcome and welcome at home. Actually, I'm just chilling outside, actually outside the house, because I want to talk about something very different. I want to talk about something very different, and allow me actually introduce my topic today. Allow me introduce my topic today. Yes, my organic people, the world has been crying, the world has been fighting. Some of the practices that we practice, we call them traditional practices, cultural practices, or our traditions. We have aspects of some traditions that actually demean a community or demean an individual. And the world has been actually fighting such kind of traditions. We know every community has got traditions. Where we come from, our origin, we have also our cultures, and we as a community, we are built in a given culture. We are built on foundations of a given culture. And today, guys, as I want to introduce my topic, we have cultures that actually demean, we have practices that actually portray most communities as actually primitive, because they practice what is outfaced, what is not existing actually, and what cannot be practiced by any other human beings in this world. And that's why most of the communities are called primitive. And when we practice such a kind of traditions, guys, allow me call them primitive traditions, then if we practice such a primitive traditions, who are we? Who are we? I know after this video, most guys will come out and start talking about it and everything, but I'm actually telling you the truth. This is what is happening. This is what is happening. Guys, we have given traditions, and today I'm calling upon the likes of Kohera Senior. I don't know where he has gone. I'm asking all these guys who have been reacting, and I don't know why they are not reacting on this, because this is what should make them cry, so that sometimes so that actually we become a modern community. If we cry against such a practice, then we are going to be termed as a common and a modern community. But if we say, look, and we just practice and we just say happily that this is our tradition, then this tradition is making us look very primitive. Guys, let me take you back. We have some traditions that at one point Koera Senior was like talking about them. We are talking about woman-to-woman marriages in this community, woman-to-woman marriages. And I think this is the only community that advocates for such practice, just because of continuity, that lineage continuity, that somebody, his lineage or her lineage is not supposed to go without having a generation to continue with somebody's generation, woman-to-woman marriages. And those are cultures that I think are supposed to be outforced. Those are characters that I think they are supposed, and I believe they are supposed to be phased out. Woman-to-woman marriages, wife inheritance. Wife inheritance. It is something that is commonly practiced within the community, in the Luo community, even in the Kisi community here in Kenya. That is wife inheritance. For instance, a husband dies, leaves back a widow, and that widow forcibly, he is inherited by a given man, a man which the traditions chose to inherit that family. But nowadays, I see women have been given an opportunity to choose, to choose for themselves whom they are supposed to inherit as their husbands. I've seen that happening, and it is still happening, but I actually say such traditions are supposed to be phased out. Woman-to-woman marriages, wife inheritance. You see, why, guys, we have, even the Bible says, if a woman, a husband dies, she can remarry. You go read those, the book of Corinthians. It's, in the book of Corinthians, Paul's letter to the Corinthians. And I think that one is well put, that if a woman accidentally, a husband dies, Yentanyi, Yaje, nakuona?
You want to talk to you English?
No, yes, I'm talking English.
No, me, I'm just having a thing, but now I have vegetable. I want to go to cook food.
Yeah.
And then this is vegetable wheat.
Yeah.
Area.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you see that. Let me show you that this vegetable, like that you see.
Yes.
You like.
Good family. Before that interruption, actually, I'm very sorry. Somebody was calling, and I had a given neighbor passing by, actually, with something. I was talking about wife inheritance. Yes, if your man dies as a woman, in the Bible is even written, Paul's letter to the Corinthians, that if your man dies and you're young and you feel like, you are supposed to marry, to remarry, actually. But we have a situation whereby the traditions of given communities, and I've talked about, I'm giving some three as an example. That is the Korea community, the Kisi community, and even the Luo communities. We have a tradition whereby a woman, your man dies, you are young, you are inherited by another man that maybe not your love, somebody that you love, but you just get, because of traditions, you are actually inherited, and you start calling that man your husband. Even your kids start calling that man their father. But actually, my opinion is, a woman is supposed to be left to choose for herself, either to stay in the family or to remarry. That is the only advice I can give. Because, and again, inheritance. You don't know what actually killed the first man. You never know how he died. But you see, you just come in because of traditions, then you inherit a woman, And this area of AIDS, HIV/AIDS, you might not know. Actually, you might not know. And we've seen a family being swept away. So many people in a village being swept away in some parts of this county, that is Migori. We've seen a whole even village, men being swept away just because of wife inheritance. So these are traditions that, to me, and even the world, when the world hears, when the world sees a community practicing such a given traditions, then we are termed primitive, very barbaric people. That a woman in our community is not given that stage to be independent. A woman is not given that actually a freedom to choose for herself. Let us think about this woman-to-woman marriage. That you have a wife, at the end of the day, you have no boy. You see, in Africa here, people talk about boys in the family and everything like that. And it chances in one of your marriages that you've no boy. When they see you've no a male kid in your house or in your family, then people will start asking you about so many things. Who is going to inherit your properties when you are gone? Because you don't have a boy. And that is how actually we, us here in Africa, we demean the female children. We demean the female gender. Just because of what? We don't value them. We value the male gender. That you don't have a boy in your family, people will start even mocking you. As a man, you are not even supposed to sit where men are, because in your family, actually, you don't have a male child. Guys, if I'm cheating, we have so many books that have been written, literature books, that are also stressing on this tradition. And I think most of us, because of modernity, now anything a woman can do, a man can do better. Anything a man can do, a woman can also do better. And I think that narrative has been changed. Now a kid is a kid. The value of a male child, the value of a female child is all the same. They are all kids. Guys, we have traditions that even never wanted a parent to take girls to school. We have traditions, and we have seen this in so many books, literature books, written by authors and published in Africa, published in Kenya. Also talking and stressing on such a kind of practices that women or a girl child is not supposed to be taken to school. It happened in this community very long time ago. And I'm very happy that one has been faced off. But we still have some communities in Kenya that also don't value women, and even don't take a girl child is not taken to school. And we've seen girls even running away. We've seen girls even running away from their homes, seeking places where they can be taken and get proper education, just because of such traditions. Akim, toka kwa kamera Daddy. Toka kwa kamera, Akim. Yes, I'm asking the kid to go off camera actually. It's not supposed to be right to have kids. You know why? Now, such traditions are what actually meant me and led me to talk about them today. Why? Now, if I introduce what I want to talk about, why I'm actually talking about these traditions. Guys, FGM, female genital mutilation. Even from thumbnail, even from what you've seen, this is a practice, female genital mutilation. It's a practice that people say it is circumcision for women. I know a man is the only person who is supposed to be circumcised. But female genital mutilation, that is devaluing women in the community. And that's why every year the Kenyan government, we have so many organizations that have come and actually campaigned that practice in all communities that used to practice this this tradition. I'm talking about my own community where I was born, Kisi. Female genital mutilation was practiced, but now it is not practiced at all. It has been phased off. I'm talking about the Marakwets, the Pokots. Daddy, toka kwa camera. Yes, I'm now talking about the Marakwets, the Pokots, Turkanas, the Samburus. Yes, those communities. I'm talking about Marakwets, Pokots, Turkanas, Samburus, Kurians. Now, and the Masais. That tradition is still there. But you know, what is surprising me, it is where I am talking from, the village I'm talking from. This is one of the practices that actually I saw most. Yes, I've seen most. I've seen most people taken in by the law because of such practices. I saw it, and the police were everywhere. Some 3 years back, the police were everywhere, looking for people, looking for culprits, looking for perpetrators, people who actually are doing and continuing with this practice. And we felt as a community that was the right direction. But guys, this is the surprise I have for you. Now, good family, this is my big surprise. This is something, and I'm calling these reactors who have been reacting on these streets, in these platforms about, I don't know who, they are targeting who. Msichana, kuwa na tabia nzuri. Wakati mtu anafanya kazi usipie, si ati unakuja kuangalia nini inatendeka. Unasikia? Kuwa na tabia nzuri. Okay, that is a kid I was talking to, because you see kids, when they see you with a camera, they always think otherwise. Now, I'm talking about this community and the people who are always reacting, creating views just because of I am_Marwa. And they are sleeping here. They are not seeing these things happening here, and they don't want to talk about them because they do feel that this is their community. Nobody is supposed to talk about it. Guys, tell me. You see, I'm very much surprised to see, again, this practice. I'm seeing young girls undergoing such a given horrible practice. A practice whereby even very crude, very crude equipments are used by the so-called people to mutilate these young girls. Guys, think of a razor blade. A razor. And you can see we have some things like knives, very crude weapons. Not weapons, and these are tools. Very crude tools that are actually used to make sure that that practice is fully performed. And I'm asking these ladies, I'm asking the parents, what is now coming in? Where are we going? Where are we actually going? Are we going towards modernity, or we just want to be remaining where we are, or we want again to go and revisit the traditions that we think are what give us identity in these streets? Yes, nothing. Girls going without such a given horrible practice does not actually deny them from being this community, from belonging to this community. They are still our daughters. They are our sisters. But actually, why again are we coming up with such practice? Female genital mutilation. They call it here circumcision for women. Guys, you see, when I saw people, and I just want to thank the government because it's really against this. If we want to achieve modernity, then those reactors, I'm challenging them, let them come and actually react and decampaign this practice, because I'm seeing this practice done quietly. Yes, let me tell you, it's done quietly nowadays, and it is now in the whole of Korea this year. Actually, it's something, it is not now very quietly, it has been done. And the law is there that if you force girls to undergo such a given practices, to undergo such given practices, it is somebody is supposed to be taken behind bars. You are supposed to actually face the law. Why? This practice is actually demeaning women, is devaluing women in our community. You see, even girls, a girl who has undergone this practice, even in school, the girls feel so much entitled. They feel so much entitled that they are big, they are now big. And you see, this is one of the cultures that we practice that lead to early marriages. That after a girl has undergone such practice, she is now told that you are now ripe for men, you are now ripe, you are now a woman. What do you think will happen if you tell a young girl that she is now a woman? Directly, she will look for a man to marry. And when she looks for a man to marry, she will always fall into a trap, marrying an elderly man who cannot even satisfy her, who cannot even take care of her properly. A person who is waiting for his end time to come. Now, when a 50-year-old, a 40-year-old marries a 15 or 16-year-old, what do you think will happen? Where is that generation going? That is why you find very young girls with kids, 3 to 4 kids. She's not married because she was told by the tradition that after undergoing such a practice, you are ripe, you are now a woman. And that is why we are marginalized because of such a given practice that people are now doing it. And I want to take it to the, I wanted to bring this into daylight so that people know this practice is not gone. It is still being done around. And I'm actually decampaigning this practice. I'm actually condemning the perpetrators who are orchestrating this practice. Our young girls are in danger. We need girls, we need leaders in the near future. What you guys are doing to our girls is not supposed. You are killing a generation. You are killing people. And that is not good. Yes, early marriages because of female genital mutilation. I've told you why people are being married here. Early, very young kids are being married. We have early pregnancies. We have early pregnancies. And it is because I've told you, during that performance, during that period, a girl is always told that, you see, you are now a woman. Now, what happens when you are told you are now a woman? In school, people have not undergone this practice. They are being insulted. Now, you see how it leads to stigmatization. How can we kill that stigma? One who has undergone is insulted, becomes alienated from the other class that is not, and it has not undergone such a practice. And the ones who have not undergone, they are also isolated. What actually are we supposed to do? What actually are we supposed to do? Now, where are we as a community when this practice is all over? Where are we as a community as this practice is now coming back. It is now being resurrected. Those reactors, where are you? Come, help us. Actually, help us actually safeguard the rights and the status of our girl child in this community. If we want our girls to be bright, if we want our girls to be the leaders, we tell them that they are the leaders of tomorrow. But with this, yes, but with this given practice, then we are killing the female generation. We are killing actually the female generation. So my world, my family, help me. Let us actually come together, condemn this practice, female genital mutilation. It is undermining girls, and it's also even undermining the whole community. And when people call us primitive, barbaric, let us not feel bad. Let us not actually get angered because of such sentiments. Let us look on what we guys are practicing. Let us look at what we guys are practicing. Help me actually lead a campaign that, yes, I've told you, it's now being done silently, but I'm telling people it is something that is being done here. Young girls, and I was surprised to see today, young girls undergoing such a practices. I know most of them have been they're undergoing such a practices forcibly. Others are willing to undergo such a practices so that they can be identified as the true soldiers, as the true daughters of the community. But actually, that is what is making us very barbaric and very primitive. Let us shun such kind of practices. And if actually we are supposed to react, let us react on these practices. Let us demonstrate on these practices. And let us create awareness in this platform that girls be kept away and be kept safe away from this practice, female genital mutilation, because it is a practice that is really undermining our girls, really undermining the female gender in any platform. In any platform, it is really undermining the female gender. And that is why I think we have so many NGOs, non-governmental organizations, that are fighting this vice. And if we have such a people fighting this vice, let them come and let them know that I've told them it is the practice that is still undergoing within the community. And I think the law should come and take its full force. Yes, let the law come into full force and actually enforce and get the people, the culprits, the perpetrators in, so that they can answer from wherever they will be. Lakini, forcing our girls, our young girls, to undergo such a given practice is really undermining the community, is really undermining the female gender. Guys, I don't want to be very long. I want to stop there. But actually, let us save the girls. Let us save the girls from female genital mutilation. Hashtag save the girls. Hashtag girls are valuable. Hashtag girls are also human beings. And my last hashtag, what a man can do, a woman can do better. Let us give our girls what they need. FGM is not what they need. Early marriages is not what they need. Early pregnancies is not what they need. They need education. They need a future. They need to change the world. Goodbye. Watch your space. Let us tune in another time.